Hello, my magical friends. It's Margarit Brigham with another Be the Expression Storytelling Circle. And today I want to share about my friend who's here and just really happy that she said a big yes. And Debbie is the first person I met on the internet who got me, we'll just say, okay? Because I wrote a book on goddesses in golf, and I gave it to my girlfriend who gave it to Deb. And so I was from Ontario, but living out in BC at the time. So we just connected. She told me, how she came about getting my book and how long she's known this other Deb. There are two Debbies. And yeah, she's definitely one of the first goddess sisters I met, and we've had an alignment more with paganism, and she's definitely a light worker and has gone more towards the animals. My heart has always been more towards the children, but even though we would have different like our words were a bit different, we still got each other. We still knew that we came here on the planet this time to help in the evolution. And she just dropped off, I think. Well, there she is. So she is in Ontario. I'm interviewing people from all over the world, but we are both here in Ontario. But unfortunately,
yeah, I'm here.
You're here? She's way up north, so her connection might not be the greatest. So as my purpose, having us all here, is to share our experience, strength, and hope, maybe a bit of our own awakening, and what is our biggest passion, and that is for Deb to help relieve the suffering of animals. So without further ado, hello, Debbie.
I am. How are you?
Good. And it's so funny because I still don't know how to say your last name properly.
The Zwaan.
The Zwaan. Yeah. You think that'd be easy, right?
Yeah, say it however you like. I've heard it all.
Yeah. But I like the Zwaan.
Yeah.
Yes. And yes, we've both seen each other.
Well, it's Dutch South African.
Okay. Love it. Yeah. So just as the world is now going through its dark night of the soul, we have gone through our own individually.
Yes, we have.
Watched each other rise and fall and rise and fall, and and so I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a witness all these years to my journey to finally, find the tribe, find the magical people.
Oh, you're welcome, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Trust me, you're a rock to me too. So, that's what we do for each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And now we want to ripple that out to, be a rock maybe for someone else right now. And I was...
I actually am being a rock for someone else.
Yeah, well, maybe a lot more people with this interview. So I'm asking everybody that...
well, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. That this actually has two parts to it, to support people to be the voice, be the spiritual warrior, but more just not fighting so much, but just to take a stand, to speak out, and get comfortable sharing their story. So that the choice for you that I'm going to offer everyone is this interview can just be in our private Awaken Magic community, or I could make it public when it goes on YouTube. So it's
that's entirely up to you. I don't mind.
Okay. Awesome. Well,
I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you for that bravery too. So let me just start with the question that I'm kind of asking everybody is, what is, what is the most important thing for you? What are you the most passionate about right now that can help this evolution, this shift of the world, or even people's attention off of, what doesn't seem to be working to what can be working?
Basically, just why can't everybody get along?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Stop on sake. Take care of the damn planet. We only have one. And if I can do my little part for saving, the animals around me and the misfits and the oddballs that I have living with me, that otherwise wouldn't have homes, then stop.
Yeah, it's really hard to hear you. I don't know if
Oh, sorry.
that's okay. I know it says that your bandwidth is low. So
Yeah.
we'll just keep going and we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So your love of animals and nature has been with you since you were a child. You kind of came into the world this way.
Yeah, I did. Yep. And realized, well, considering the age I am now, around half a lifetime ago, that most of my beliefs and ethics and passions geared towards the pagan, Wiccan way of life, nature, animals, whether it's, well, okay, except for mosquitoes and black flies, but basically from frog spawn to the blue whale. They all need to be protected. They all need to be cared for, respected, and I've done my part with dogs and cats.
So share a bit more about that.
Well, I was part of the first no-kill shelter in Ontario for many years. My first rescue dog came from there. Her name was Sarah, and you've seen her tattoo on my arm.
Yeah, your big love.
Yeah, she was my heart dog. I've had dogs before and since. She was my heart dog. She taught me so much. She was badly abused, rescued at 2 years old from further north than where I am. Took her 2 years to trust anybody. She trusted 3 people in the world, and I was honored to be one of them.
Mm.
And she came to live with me. And she didn't know how to play. She didn't know how to cuddle. She didn't know what belly rubs were. And I worked with her, and she and I became inseparable. And she was in my life for about 15 years.
Nice.
And when she passed, we buried her up north under a tree trunk. And people say a lot of people say, well, once my dog dies, I'll never get another one. It's like, no, once one goes, that leaves room in your heart for another one. And so they just sort of show up in my life. The right dog at the right time, the right cat when I lived in Cambridge. And I have some oddballs here that otherwise couldn't be regularly adopted. I've got 2 little boy dogs that I never do, little boy dogs, but I love them. They come into your life for a reason, and you just have to be grateful and honored that they want to share their life with you. And that you get the chance to give them the best life possible. And I could do without, sometimes I'm embarrassed to be part of the human race. I have been for a long time because of the cruelty, and I feel like an alien. My friends are all light workers or pagans and animal rescuers. My Amazon women, I call them. And we all do the same thing. And that's what brings us together, aside from our 6 senses of humor and love of wine. But there was no other way for me to go. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and it's like, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I think what we have in common is, we will go for our dreams, and it's in a way, it's like, people would think, well, I'm not going to have a baby until I'm financially secure. But when you have a baby,
oh God,
no, but you seem to always make it through. So it's the same with your dreams, right? Like, you have not, like, gave up that high-powered paying job to follow your heart, and with a lot of times without funds,
Well, yeah. I mean, I had to stop working 10 years ago because I have health issues, and I just realized this year's 10 years.
Wow.
But I've managed to keep busy. I was in the legal field for a long time, which is doing me a lot of good, especially lately.
Yeah.
I learned to listen to my body health-wise. My pets are my therapy animals. And I sort of go with the flow, if you know what I mean, and I follow my gut.
Yeah.
And I'm all and I try and live as harmoniously within myself as I can, and surround myself with people or attract people who are the same. And it's a like a little oasis in the middle of the devastating desert that's around us right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for my pets over the years, I would have been gone from here a long time ago. So they give me purpose, and they drive me nuts.
Yeah.
But they're spoiled rotten.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I had a high-powered, high-paying job and what have you. And I've had lots of money. Believe me, lots of money. And I'm living on a lot less. But you know what? I'm living on it. I'm not existing on it.
Right.
I'm actually living.
Beautiful.
Which is the difference. That's what I've always tried to do, is live. Right? Like, money was means to putting a roof over my head and my pets or my kids or whatever. It was a means to an end. Like, I eat to live. Right? It's just fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And, thought I'd found my dream 6 months ago, but I'm obviously destined for a bigger and better dream.
That's right.
So
you can watch my year last year. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, well, trust me, I'll call you and bring you up to date. However, like I say, I've got my pets. They're happy. They're healthy. I've got great friends and family to lean on. And for the first time in my life, embarrassed or whatever to ask for help, because I've always stood alone.
Yeah.
And now I'm softer and older and wiser.
Yeah.
And just do what I got to do, but preserve my little life, whatever it takes. Not involves the animals.
Yeah.
So
because,
like I say, more animals I meet, the more I hate people.
Yeah. I just heard that on the radio the other day. There's a woman who hates humanity so much that she pretended she was blind for like 20 something years.
Right. Yes. I saw that. I
Oh,
saw that. And it's like, oh, now there's a thought that
oh,
is
you're breaking up
like
again.
when you're dealing with
Oh, Deb,
a
I can't hear you.
nuclear bomb, which is kind of what I'm doing. Situation.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, now you're
Hello?
back. Now you're back.
Oh, okay. Um, but when you're dealing with a negative situation, I've always found like cuddle your dog, go visit and cuddle somebody else's dog. Um, I like being alone, but I'm never lonely.
Yeah.
And I really don't like the human race. I don't. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah,
So,
and that kind of I think you touched on the question I was going to ask next is, how do you lean into love? So when you're, the way the world is, it's sort of in your life personally as well. So but you just said it, you hug the dog, right? Or,
or I talk to my mom,
mm.
or I visit my friends, or on Facebook, or by interview, or phone call. I stay in touch. I journal a lot, and that helps. Like some people put down 2 sentences for a day. Me, I'll do 5 pages,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that helps. I started doing it 10 years ago because of having to keep track of my pain levels and what have you. And then it just mushroomed.
Mm.
And so I journal, and I've attracted strong, independent women. I have a really good friend up here who's 37. I swear to God, Em, it's like hanging out with me at that age. And she's a huge animal lover. And I mean, her dog is my dog's best friend,
Oh,
right? And so we connected when I moved here. And trust me, we're never going to be disconnected.
nice.
But I stick with the tried and true. But I'm open to new. Although I'm very guarded. But sometimes you just know, like you go as you got, right? Like there's that immediate connection. And I know that myself and my friend and neighbor, we knew each other before,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
right?
just
Like
like
you and
us.
I did.
Yeah.
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 And a lot of my Amazon women. And I never had women friends because they were nasty. Women were nasty.
They
And
can
it wasn't
be.
until my 40s that I there were exceptions like our Deb. You know what I mean? But I'd still rather sit in my house with my pets.
Mm-hmm.
And but animals make it worth it, and they're being destroyed.
Yeah.
For
So maybe you can share a little bit of because that to me is like what you don't understand, you destroy.
or it's money and bullshit medicinal things, and climate change hoaxes. And I mean, just look in the States, right? What's happening down there? The ecosystem is being destroyed. And I mean, honeybees and regular bees, once they're gone, the humans are right behind them.
Right.
You know,
So
Monsanto.
what would be your most important calling for people to be aware of? Because there's so many things to distract us. What is there, like one pinpoint for you personally?
Yes, agri-farming. that causes over 50% of the air pollution, and it's killing and mutating and terrifying the animals that people put on their plates for food. There's no reason for it. There's no reason to kill wolves and bears in their dens. There's no
tell me about
reason
that.
for this destruction of life.
Right.
I'm basically vegetarian. However, due to an incredible amount of stress lately, I actually did go out and buy some chicken meals because I need the protein. I'm not eating. My doctor took one look at me yesterday after he hadn't seen me in 2 months and went, "Oh boy, you've lost weight." And you know how skinny I am.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel bad about it. I haven't eaten beef or pork in years. Just have anybody, if you want to really be educated about the alternatives to a pork chop on your plate, go on to Esther the Wonder Pig's Facebook page. And that should put you off of bacon and pork to start. And then watch the documentaries, Forks Over Knives. Even for pet food, Pet Food is a documentary. My animals, ironically enough, are all on raw food. They're not on commercial pet food brands anymore.
That's good. And they're just filler anyways, I think.
Yeah, and they're on raw food. Beef dinner for the dogs and chicken dinner for the cats. And this from somebody who really doesn't like meat in their house. Yeah. Right? But it's for them. And my 17-year-old cat, he's going blind. He's got deformed back legs. He's a funny little bugger. He's lost a bunch of weight. And he's jumping up on places that he's never jumped up to before. He's playing. He's running. Right? Because he's being fed the best food by dogs. Eyes shiny, coats thick. I've never seen pets so eager for food in my life, and I've had a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I try and do the best for them, like take them as close to natural as possible. Right? But between the Amazon rainforest and Monsanto chemicals and their bullshit GMO seeds and all this legislation, and Nestle with their water should be a privilege, not a right.
Yeah, that's the one I'm, yeah.
I saw that. Well, I saw the documentary a couple of years ago when that guy actually looked in the camera and said it. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't water here is filtered from the lake, and I'll put apple cider vinegar in it, or lemon juice or something. I mean, my animals get apple cider vinegar in their water. They get diatomaceous earth on their coats and in their diets to help against bugs. Like, I do the natural thing for them, as natural as possible. Meanwhile, I'm on a slew of pharmaceuticals. Right? But it's destroying the bees. We're not far behind. Destroying ecosystems. There's no need for it. Like, we only have one planet.
Yeah, well, and this whole shakeup really is to wake people up. So it is good. But
people are waking up, Em. They are waking up.
Yeah.
Especially with what that asshole is doing down south with the EPA and climate change and just the mess. Like, whoever comes in next is going to be doing the same thing as Obama, cleaning up the previous administration's mess. But this mess is directly affecting everybody on the planet, literally.
Yeah.
And like I say, humans, they're doing this. They have a choice. The animals, they're defenseless. So I am one of millions of voices, and the voices are getting louder,
Good.
and there's more of them.
Good. Yeah,
Like I
because
say,
we have to get mad enough to take a stand. We have to finally get to the point where enough is enough. So
well,
that's good that you are seeing a rise in that, because you have been the voice for the animals.
yeah, and there's so many of us, and I'm dealing with a really, really bad situation with a human, and I'm doing it the right way, legally,
Yeah.
and getting my little legal bubbles going. A part of it is because I'm sure she's a threat to my pets. Um,
So you're being mama bear.
oh, I'm a Leo, Em.
Yeah.
I'm the lioness. I'm the queen of the zodiac. Everybody that I care about is my cub.
Mm,
Everybody. And trust me, my claws are being sharpened.
yeah.
And I will stand up for my friends no matter what.
Well, that's it. And our friends are not just people. They're the trees and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Trees. I was at my friend's dad's place the other day. It was beautiful. And there's a smallmouth bass male swimming around by the dock. And the female's really big. And after I left there, Krista messaged me. She said, Mama had babies. That's why Papa's around under the dock, right?
Oh yeah.
And just being able to watch that hummingbird when I was there.
Oh,
Gaia brought in a freshly killed chipmunk last week. I mean, I didn't get upset. It's nature, right? Because my cats go outside and some of them hunt.
yeah.
They don't eat it, they just bring it home, right? A couple of mice. And that's nature. And that's the only way that animals should die is on the predator-prey scale.
Mm-hmm.
Not be shot for money or bogus medicine. And I mean, the last black rhino's gone. The extinction level is going to be horrendous in the next 50 years.
Yeah, but there's also that the when we heal, there's so many prophecies that the animals will come back and everything else. So that's,
Oh, they will.
we're going to the new earth. We're the new people, and we want to bring everyone with us, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I think that
You know what? It's happening. It's happening a little bit at a time.
yeah. Well, I shot a ball of light over to you yesterday in where you live. It was so easy to
Well,
see it go poof.
yeah, well, unfortunately, it didn't make it yesterday, but I do think it got here today. Um, I'll give you a call, or you give me a call when you've got a few minutes,
Yeah.
and I'll bring you up to speed.
Okay.
Uh,
And maybe, part of it is, as you are sharpening your claws in this situation, it's going to lead you
yeah.
to bigger into the world.
Well, the universe did not send me up here, and the goddess did not give me this situation for no good reason.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, seriously?
Yeah, but she's preparing you for bigger.
Well, yeah, I get that. But, I'm almost 60. Seriously, can I please retire? I've been trying to retire.
No, this is the time. We
No,
gotta.
I need my happy place, though, to continue my work.
Oh, yes, I gotcha.
Right? I'm getting distracted with this going on, but there is a good reason for it. I mean, I know what the reason is.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, could you not have found somebody else? However, I have a solid support group of people that I've only just met.
Beautiful.
And we're in the similar situation, right? So it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we're doing everything right. We're doing everything legally. And I've got, all of us, we have our pets.
Yeah.
And, that curl up with us at night. and make us nuts. And but the unconditional love is there, and that's, I think, the hugest thing is
Yes,
they
and a
love you no
white
matter
feather
what.
just floated down, as you said,
Oh,
unconditional
did
love.
it?
Yeah, from like
Hmm.
nowhere. This, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Yeah. The angels are
So,
with you and all your
uh,
rainbow animals, all your
oh,
on the rainbow bridge. Yeah. So why don't we?
yeah, yeah. I'm.
Oh, I was just gonna.
Did you get what you needed?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why don't we just as we close, just connect our hearts and send out some love for people to continue to wake up to the pain that they are causing animals, and just send a wave of love out to the animals on the planet and Mother Earth herself. And those of you listening, if you can join in
Yeah.
your waves.
And I'm also sending out a huge wave of love to you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Okay, well, I'm going
Woo.
to end with that.
And any help I get fighting true, unadulterated evil, I would help. I would make it.
Okay, so let me just hang on the line because I'm just going to say goodbye, and
I
then
love you, honey. Thank
I,
you.
I love you. I love you. And just hang on. I'm going to start. I'm going to say goodbye and stop the recording, and then we can chat for a minute. Okay, so thank you, everyone.
We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yes, big love to everyone. Thank you for listening. And thank you again for Debbie D. Zwaan to share her experience, strength, and hope, and her love of animal and activism. Bye now.